Space Bandit presents Mastery of Ones. And hello fellow techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are back with another episode of Mastery of Ones. And today I have 3 games for you guys. This time they're going to be high spotting damage games. Yes guys, so the first 2 games are in medium tanks. The first one is in STB-1, and I can't remember the last time I posted a game in this tank. Honestly, I haven't played it in freaking ages. I don't play this tank at all. I don't know, there's something underwhelming about this tank. There's something wrong with this gun on this tank, and yeah, I just refuse to play it. Although I did jump into it for at least maybe 10 games during my last run, and I had some pretty good games, at least 2 or 3 really good games. This one was one of them, and yeah, it's gonna be high assisted damage game. The second game will be in M48 Patton, also pretty nice combined damage game, and third one will be in the IS-7. Anyway, going back to STB-1. I don't know what the hell I did in this game. Normally, I do not make this move. I do not go into this position here, because this position here, guys, is death. Pure death. If you go into this area, into riverbed, and the opposition has high ground at one line, you're screwed. So at this point in time, I thought to myself, that's it. I'm screwed. This game is going to be a write-off. Now, the reason why I got myself in such a bad position was I thought one of our light tanks is gonna survive, and we already had upper hand. We killed both of their light tanks, but something killed our last light tank later on. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Object 140, but all of a sudden the 2 medium tanks, myself and this E50M, are in a pickle here, and this is going to be trouble. So I didn't really know what to do here. One advantage that STB-1 has is that this tank is low profile, so you can actually go through the riverbed and you don't really show a lot of your tank. But, you know, I'm gonna make plenty of mistakes here. I'm gonna try to point them out here. Like here, for instance, I shouldn't have been pushing that far because I disappeared from the radar there for a few seconds. If I stayed in the position where I was, I would be safe. At least I could go in a bush and start spotting these guys. But now, because I'm spotted again, and this Object 140 at D6 is spotting me there, it's going to be a problem. And right now I'm getting shelled from behind, and I really wanted to go and take this 140 out of the game. But luckily our friendlies help, or the medium tank that's at, what is it, C6, he's gonna help big times, because he's gonna come down and he's gonna help our heavy tank take care of this Object 140. So that was an aggressive play on my friendly's part. If they didn't take out that 140, he would continue to spot me and our friendlies that are on top of the hill. Although this M48 Patton is still spotting me from this distance here, so I gotta be really cautious. But I did find myself a really decent position. All I was hoping for is that Artie is not gonna hit me here, because, you know, I'm really vulnerable here, and Artie seems to be missing me, which is a good thing. Here Patton pens me. I'm not sure how. I didn't see him. He somehow squeezes that shot through. But basically, I put myself in a bad spot. And guys, you should never play this map like this. Never, ever. Stay on top on the 8 line or 9 line. You know, get some shots from there. Go into town, clean up the town, but never go in the field here. Usually the opposition team has advantage going in the field. So the only reason we managed to win this side is, first of all, because Artie was missing me constantly, and second, because I had another friendly at E5 that's actually spotting the opposition. And once we get rid of pretty much everyone around this area here, and they're all gone, now we can finally move up and do some damage. So that's what I was trying to do here, move up. And this is gonna show how good STB-1's gun is. Nope. That one goes low. And we're gonna try to track this tortoise. I think that's what I was going for, a tracking shot. Nope, it goes all the way to the right. We're gonna try to do the same thing again, I think. Nope, goes low. Yeah, this gun is just horrible. I don't know, I haven't played this tank in a while, and I thought the gun was hit and miss when I played it back in the day, but this time around it's just bad. The gun is just bad. You gotta get really close and personal to your opposition in order to get anything done with this tank, honestly. Now, one good thing that this tank has going for itself is the turret armor, and I have to give it to this tank because turret can save you a lot of HP, especially if you're just playing hold down. So I would strongly suggest playing this tank up close, sort of the way you play M48 Patton. I say that's kind of the play style, except the gun is much worse than M48's. That's the only problem. But the turret armor will help you bounce some shells, plus the gun depression. I can't remember what it is on this tank, but I think it's pretty good, like -10 or something of that nature. Yeah, this tank is pretty good ridge fighter, but again, you gotta get close. Anyway, so we're gonna try to play the rest of the game really cautious. As you can see, I'm the only one left on this side of the map. I'm only left with over, what, 500 HP, so gotta be really careful. If this FV4202 decides to face me, I have no chance. Pretty much he'll take me out of the game, but luckily he's concentrating on the other flank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to approach this really cautious and see if I can get any shots across from this location here. At the same time, I'm gonna try to supply my friendlies with some spots. Now at this point in time, look at location D7. There's a tank destroyer and a medium tank sitting right there. There's another medium tank sitting at F6 doing absolutely nothing. Guys, we have control of the map, pretty much. These guys are stuck on one side of the map. Now is the time that all of these guys should start moving. And I'm gonna click on them eventually. Here we go. And they're gonna start moving because, you know, you can't just sit in one spot and do nothing, man. Like, these guys had no shots at anything. I don't understand why they were sitting in that position. Anyway, here you saw me aim a shot a little bit left bottom because I noticed in this tank a lot of shots go top right, so I thought this would pen, but this time around the shot goes exactly where I aimed it. Anyway, I'm gonna try to aim this shot again at this M103. We take him out of the game. At the same time, we're spotting the FV4202, which gives us a lot of spotting damage, which is great. Take a look at this shot. What the hell? My shells purposely are missing those tanks. I don't know why. I thought I led it pretty good. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, we're gonna get this guy anyway. We take him out of the game. Now we spot this Arty. So we're gonna try to get on top of the hill. And I can't believe here that Batshot threads this shot. I don't know how in the hell he did that. He was lower than me. I was on top of the hill. Yet he manages to put a shell into me. I don't understand this game at all. Anyway, we're gonna try to scoot forward. We don't have any health left whatsoever. So we're gonna see if we can spot this Batshot Arty. I didn't want to go in because he could splash me easily and kill me right here. I really don't want to die at this point in time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let my AMX-30 go forward, and he's gonna get slaughtered by the Arty right there. So we're gonna poke over. We're gonna hit this Arty once. And I didn't really go for it right away because I knew that there were tanks at J6 and there's a tank destroyer at J7. So last thing I want is this guy to snap me. I wasn't sure whether he was paying attention to me or not. So again, we're gonna run off from this position, but I don't think they were paying attention to me. Me being one shot though and not wanting to throw the tank away, I'm playing it cautious still because you'll see what's gonna happen. You know, our greenies are gonna push in and they're all just gonna die. So I'm gonna try to still play it at a distance here. We load our heat shells so that we can go through this E4. We're gonna try to line a shot into the E4, but unfortunately our gun accuracy says no. We're gonna try to line up another shot into him. This time we do pen him. That shot goes under that tank's gun. And now we're gonna try to put some shells into this IS-4. So we're gonna line up a shot at him. He is paying attention to us. He knows exactly what's going on, and that shell goes into the tracks. So yeah, I don't know, man. That tank is unplayable. I just realized that tank is unplayable from long distance. It's so unplayable. I understand why people don't play this tank. The reload is really sweet on it. It has so many good things going for itself. It's got the speed, the mobility is great, the turret armor is great. I mean, I want to love this tank so much, but I just can't. I just can't. The gun doesn't work. Most of the time, anyway. So here, because I'm almost dead, I get really no HP left at this point in time, and I don't want to throw my tank away, and I'm not trusting my friendlies at this point in time because they're a bunch of greenies. I decided to spot. I chose a better position so I can go hold down and potentially try to hit these guys still. When I'm hold down, I feel pretty comfortable in this tank. But again, this shot, I don't know what the hell happens to it. Luckily, Artie hits that guy. He takes him out of the game. And here, we're going to try to line up another shot at this object. But our Artie is going to demolish him in a split second here. There we go. So, I don't mind this. I don't have to be putting damaging shells as long as I get spotting damage for it. And I did. So we came up with a victory. We ended up with a pretty nice result. Overall combined damage was really nice in this game. Let's take a look at the post-game stats and see how we did. We managed to put up only 2.6k damage because of our stupid location early in game. We couldn't really do anything, but we did end up with 4.7, almost 4.8k spotting damage, which is quite fantastic and brings the total to about 7.4k combined damage. Pretty nice game. Class 1 mastery. Finished with 1529 base XP. We had 4 kills and 4 medals. We managed to fire 21 shells. We had 15 direct hits and only 9 penetrations out of 21 shots. That is pathetic, boys and girls. Anyway, let's jump into the second game of the evening. And second game, we are in M48 Patton. We are on map Fish Bay. And I really love this map. This is probably one of my most favorite maps to play, to be honest, because I know how to play it really well. And in the encounter mode, like in this situation, I always try to go through the weak side, especially with tank that has some mobility and some armor like M48 Patton. It's good to go through the back lines and clean up that area. If I would be going alone, I usually wouldn't be doing that, but I see a couple of my medium tanks going there, so I'm gonna do the same thing. But I see our light tanks going right into the middle, so I try to get myself in a position where I can shoot the opponents early in game. That's what I'm going to try to do. As you can see, I see a shot at this Centurion 7-1, but what the was that? I have no idea. Such an accurate gun, goes all the way to the ground. That's my RNG, boys and girls. Welcome to Space's RNG. Anyway, he goes behind the hill over there, so we're going to scoot to the left. And we take this opportunity to go above the hill over here, and we're gonna try to get some spots, see who's sitting on one lane, and we're gonna spot bunch of players right here. So now we're gonna continue going forward towards the rock in front of us, and our spotting damage right now, the number is gonna keep growing because I was the only one spotting all of these guys over here. So we're gonna put ourselves in a pretty comfortable position here. We're gonna wait until someone comes out from behind the rock. And if no one comes out, we're going to move forward into the next ridge area. And we're going to try to poke up that ridge and see if we can spot even more of the red customers. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to come up here. We're going to try to poke up, see if we can spot anybody else. We spot this machine. We're going to try to put a shell into his cupola. That's not going to be an easy shot, unfortunately, with my aim. With my beautiful aim and my sausage fingers, that's never going to happen. So I was hoping he would turn the other way, but he ran off. So we're going to climb up here, up this ridge, close to that rock shortly, in a split second, so we can get a little bit more spots. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm not even firing my gun. I'm just trying to spot at this point in time. We had a bunch of tanks in the middle that can shoot the reds from there. And I have a bunch of support behind me as well. So, yeah, that's all I need to do at this point in time. One thing I'm worried about is that our friendlies in town are going to get run over. As you can see, the situation there is not the greatest, although they're holding so far so good. Anyway, we're going to go behind this light tank here, just in case someone pokes out, try to hit us. And we're going to scoot a little bit forward behind that house just in front of me and see if we can spot any more of these guys here. You see this machine, but I'm going to wait for my friendlies to show up. I don't want to engage them on my own. I mean, I could have, potentially, but this was a late night game, and, you know, my aim wasn't the greatest, so I wanted to wait for my friendlies in this situation. We're going to pull up here, wait for our friendlies to come up. We're going to pull up and auto-aim that shot into the machine. We hit him, but he's gonna run off But then M60 shows up, so we're gonna auto aim that shot, and we should put a shell into his ass. We track him at the same time. We should be able to put another shell into him, can we? Yes, we can. And now we're gonna... What are we gonna do here? Oh, we're gonna go after this AMX-50B, but at the same time we're gonna run into the house, because why not? Because we, you know, we like running into houses. And this guy's just a one shot, so we're gonna put a shell into him here. Now, next step. Next step was I wanted to get rid of that 7-1, but at the same time, when you poke this ridge over here, you should be spotting whoever's sitting at A5, A6. So that's exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna climb up here. I spot these guys, and my friendly's in the middle again. They're gonna just feast on these guys. I don't have to really do anything. I'm spotted anyway, so I wanna disappear from the radar. So I just wanna poke up every once in a while and spot these guys. All this spotting damage, look at that, juicy, is mine. I'm gonna put one shell into this M103 and waiting for another shot over here, but he gets taken out. So we're gonna move forward now. I see a shot of this Jagdpanzer 100, but I don't know what the hell happened here. That looked like it was cruise control that engaged, but it wasn't really. I think it was a lag, and it pushed me forward, because lately it's been happening to me a lot. Looks like, you know, I don't want to go forward, yet my tank keeps driving forward because the lag. I don't know. Regardless, we're gonna push forward here, and at this point in time I was pretty confident we have this game in the bag, because even though the score is tied, it looks like we have control of the map, right? And that's the most important thing. So the next step was going through the middle here, try to put some shells into these guys crossing in the open field. Guys, last thing you want to do on this map is cross the open field at H4. Middle is probably the best position, because ridgeline is going to protect you, and the middle is like a little hill that's poking out, so you can go from behind the hill, like right here, and put shells into these guys. Now, I've loaded heat here. Maybe it's not necessary to use heat. I was damage hungry at this point in time. I wanted to get some extra damage. I was already sitting at nice assisted damage number, but I wanted to bump up my damage number. So that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna go after this 215B now. Although I was thinking if I should be able to take out this Jagdpanzer 100, that was my first priority, taking him out of the game. But yeah, he hides behind this building here, so we're not gonna get a shot at him. But now we're gonna have shots at this 215B, and he's full health, so nice feast over here. We're gonna try to feast on this guy. We're gonna hide behind the building here and just side scrape so that he doesn't hit us, and we should be able to put shells into his top plate easy. Right there, we set him on fire, and we're gonna step and repeat over here. We're just gonna try to juice him. At the same time, he's putting shells into us as well, but I don't really care at this point in time. The game is pretty much won, and I just wanted my damage at this point in time, so I don't really mind wasting my HP at this point in time. Now, last couple of shots, from what I remember, I think that my gun is going to troll me like that. Like, how does that go on a track? That's not even possible with that gun accuracy from that distance. That game is screwed up, boys and girls. Royally screwed up. And this shot, like, how does that not pen with heat? Anyway, I must have hit like just the edge in between the top plate and the front portion of the tank, but regardless. So we're gonna scoot forward towards the town right now and see if we can take these guys out of the game, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to any of the damage at this point in time. Oh yeah, that guy dies, and there's another guy at one lane, and I don't think I'm gonna get to that. But I know on encounter maps everyone has tendency going straight into the encounter, but what happens when you do that is you expose the other side of the map, and the opposition team can flank you easily. So that's one of the reasons you don't stay together on bigger maps. You should never do that. There should always be someone protecting the other flank. And usually when my team goes all together into the encounter area, I'm just going for damage because I know the game is lost right away. Anyway, very nice result in the Patton. Not a lot of induced damage, but we managed to put together 8.6k combined damage. Very nice result. We end up with class 1 mastery, 1487 base XP. Only one kill, but regardless, we had a very decent game. We fired 17 shells, we had 13 direct hits and 10 penetrations. Okay, let's skip to the last game of the evening, and last game is in a very unlikely spotting hero, which is IS-7. This tank doesn't really have a good view range, but on this map, if you put yourself in a good position, yeah, you can spot, especially if no one, absolutely no one, wants to take the front line on the one lane. And so that's what I decided to do. I was wary about the fact that there are 2 artilleries in the game, and I was worried about the fact that there are so many tank destroyers on the opposing team. So I was kind of betting that all of these tank destroyers would be sitting in the back somewhere over here. So the first step was just to come up as close as I could, spot all of these guys that are trying to sit in behind or in the background, or whoever tries to move up, and let my friendlies that are sitting at J2 fire their guns. So that's exactly what I was doing here. At the same time, I'm worried about the Arty, so we're gonna drop to a safe position here so that Arty just basically minimize Arty's chance to hit me. Although where I am in this position, still Arty can probably hit me easily. But we're gonna lose our 6th sense right now. We're gonna back out. Basically, we're gonna get the enemy to forget about us for a split second. At the same time, we lost the center of the map at E2, F2, so I don't want to be pushing forward. I want these guys to poke over to see who's really brave enough to come out here, and this Patton, I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's gonna get annihilated. And I'm spotted again, so I'm gonna back out even further so that Arty, you know, is not paying attention to me. I don't think Arty can hit me in this position here, which is good. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our nose out again in a split second, but we have to be really cautious. This Object 277 has interesting position there, so I don't know whether he'll be able to spot me. Looks like he's behind that ridge over there, so there's no way he's gonna spot me. So in a split second, we're gonna move forward and see who's sitting in the background again, and maybe we can get some more spots, right? We're already sitting at over 2k spotting damage. Here we spot this T-30. We're gonna see if we can get a shot into him. We're gonna line up this shot, but unfortunately our Death Star takes him out before we do. But that brings our total to over 4k spotting damage already, which is quite nice. So we're gonna try to lose our 6th sense here, just like that. And now we're gonna move forward again, and look at this juicy waffle just sitting there, ready to get annihilated by a Death Star again. So we're gonna try to put some shells into him. We're playing hold down nicely here, and then someone puts a big hit into him, and eventually he will get taken out just like that. And we're sitting at 4.6k spotting damage. Nice. And I don't know why Arty's not hitting me here. Arty should be hitting me here. At this point there's no one else left, so we're gonna push forward. We're gonna put a shell into the Skunker. He tracks me though, and I really don't want to stay there, so we're gonna put a shell into him right here. But we repaired our track before we did that, so that we could get away. I really don't want to be hunted by Arty in that position. So we're going to try to get ourselves a nice hold down position here, so we can hit this Death Star. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, but he gets annihilated again. I mean, I think my team was too good, especially my Arty, my Death Star. They were just destroying everything. So we're going to come up a little bit closer here into the encounter circle. And this RU, I don't know, he's staring us straight in the face, so we're gonna put a shot right into his face, and he can't do anything to us, especially with us playing hold down like this. But all of a sudden he hides, and Arty starts paying attention to me, and I don't have any repair kits left. At the same time, I see this grill. I was thinking maybe I have a shot at him, but I don't. So we're gonna focus this RU again. Arty hits us, Death Star takes out RU, and I get ammo racked unfortunately by Arty. And now I know that Arty's focusing me, and it's a bat shot, tier 10 bat shot, so I really have to get the hell out of here because he's gonna smoke me one more time. I really don't want to get smoked one more time, so we're gonna hide behind this rock, and he misses his shell. So unfortunately we're on a really long reload now because we are ammo racked. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get ourselves already safe behind that hill in front of us. We're gonna go around it, and we're gonna try to put shells into these guys that are in the middle right now. I tried to look whether I have shot at this machine, but it was very unlikely shot, so we're not gonna even go for that. We're gonna try to hit this Jagdpanzer 100. We see his ass, so we should be able to put at least a couple of shells into him. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm ammo racked. So yeah, probably not. And for whatever reason, this Jagdpanzer 100, he decides to turn around and try to shoot me, even though he's got two guys on top of the hill hunting him. Okay, sure, so be it. So we're gonna have to wait it out. I don't want him to hit me right here. But we poke out, and looks like he's coming down the hill. We're gonna line this shot up, but unfortunately he gets taken out by our friendly. So only the machine left, and I think machine went after our Artie. There's nothing else for him to do. This game is pretty much won for us. So we're gonna try to get some extra damage here, but he gets taken out by Artie. So not extreme high damage game, but you know, in this game I was basically trying to be the main spotter for the team. I noticed that no one was going forward on one lane, and I know that I have some armor. I can use this armor to my advantage, and I know how many tank destroyers were on the opposing team. So that's basically what I try to do. You guys, in your games, you have to read the lineup sometimes. See what's on the opposition team. What can you do with your tank? What position would serve your tank best in order for you to win the game? And in this situation, I figured the best thing for me to do was to go right through the 1-2 lane, try to spot these guys and get them out of the game. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for today. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.